What's up, Eagles? Over spring break, I was fortunate enough to do something I hadn't done in over 2 years, go on a cruise. In 2020, my family and I were on the last cruise to leave Port Canaveral before it shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Little did we know when we were boarding that Friday that we would be returning to a completely different world the following Monday. 2 years later, and we finally returned. We were going on another 3-night cruise on the Disney Dream and stopping at Nassau and Disney's private island, Castaway Cay. After everyone in our party received negative COVID-19 tests, we were allowed into the terminal. The boarding process was mostly the same as before, and we were all required to wear masks. However, once we got on the ship, we were allowed to take them off. This cruise was the start of Disney Cruise Line's updated mask mandates, which only required unvaccinated guests to wear masks while indoors. There was an exception to this, but I'll get to that in a minute. Overall, there weren't too many major differences that made this cruise any different from the others. Out of a 4,000 passenger capacity, there were just around 2,300 passengers on board. All areas of the ship were available, including the pool and aqueduct. The activities and events were limited in capacity, but there was still plenty going on that you found something to do. There was also fireworks and a dance party Saturday night in lieu of the typical pirate night they host. There were also plenty of opportunities to see some of the characters while on board. Besides regular photo opportunities around the ship, there were also characters walking around during dinner. I did like this addition since we aren't able to walk up to the characters and have any physical contact still, so it provided another magical touch to the cruising experience. Another adjustment was that everyone was served at the buffets by a cast member. You had to wash your hands or use hand sanitizer every time you entered a dining area, but the food was still amazing and you could still have as much as you wanted. The only time everyone had to wear masks, regardless of vaccination status, was in the theaters. 2 shows were performed during the cruise, and it was the first time in 2 years that the theater was filled for each performance. The shows were about an hour each, so wearing the mask wasn't difficult. Plus, it was the only area on the ship I was required to do so I really didn't mind. While my family and I did not get off at Nassau, we did get off at Castaway Cay. To get off at either locations, someone from your party had to join a virtual queue to avoid a crowd at the exit of the ship. Some of the excursions and events had been canceled, but it was still a great time. My family and I walked the marked route for the Castaway Cay 5K, which had also been canceled, but you were still allowed to get a medal once you had completed it. Overall, I had such a great few days at sea. There weren't any changes that I thought were unnecessary or negatively affected my vacation. And overall, I thought everything was really smooth. I would definitely recommend looking into a cruise for your next trip. For more information on Disney Cruise Line and the trips they offer, visit www.disneycruise.disney.go.com. For ENTV News, I'm Tori Pugliese. Happy sailing.